Have you ever contemplated the ways to evoke a sense of longing in a woman? This could pertain to an ex-partner you wish to re-establish a connection with, a woman who seems to be drifting away, or someone you are currently dating but have not yet progressed to a deeper relationship. The key to inspiring her to miss you may not align with common perceptions. Rather, it involves a fundamental shift in your strategy. Firstly, it is essential to cease the role of being a secondary option. A significant error that men often commit is establishing themselves as a safety net. When you find yourself frequently reaching out with casual inquiries such as, "How's it going?" under the impression that this will keep you prominent in her thoughts, you are mistaken. In reality, you are solidifying your status as her alternative choice. Once you are categorized as her plan B, it becomes unlikely that she will ever regard you with the respect or desire you seek. You risk becoming the individual she resorts to when other avenues fail, a position that is undesirable for anyone. Another prevalent mistake is being overly transparent in your intentions. Men frequently attempt to evoke nostalgia by reminiscing about enjoyable moments shared, hoping to rekindle past emotions. However, this approach often comes across as manipulative and tends to backfire. Engaging with someone can often feel akin to viewing a melodramatic film where the director's intent is to evoke tears. In such scenarios, one may instinctively resist the emotional pull as an act of defiance. When efforts are made to artificially elicit her emotions, it can diminish your perceived worth in her eyes, leading to an impression of desperation. Therefore, what is the most effective method to ensure she longs for your presence? The answer may surprise you, as it diverges from common assumptions. A frequently neglected tactic involves establishing a foundation for being missed right from the outset, rather than waiting until she has created distance. This approach entails sowing the seeds of remembrance early in the relationship. So, how can you ensure that she thinks of you, even before she consciously acknowledges it? The key lies in crafting emotional triggers that will evoke memories of you at unexpected moments. This can be likened to an emotional time capsule that, once activated, brings forth memories whether she is aware of it or not. A straightforward example of this is the power of scent. Our olfactory sense is intricately linked to our recollections. Consistently wearing a specific cologne in her presence can create a lasting association, making that scent a powerful reminder of you whenever she encounters it again. It is essential to choose a fragrance that is distinctive yet familiar enough to be encountered in her everyday life, avoiding overly common scents that might be associated with many others. This strategic selection ensures that when she detects that particular aroma elsewhere, her thoughts will immediately revert to you, establishing an involuntary connection that is difficult for her to ignore. Additionally, cultivating inside jokes can serve as another effective method for strengthening your bond. By fostering a unique shared experience filled with humor and references that only the two of you comprehend, you enhance your emotional connection. Whenever she encounters something reminiscent of those shared moments, she will be transported back to the intimacy of your relationship, evoking feelings that are uniquely tied to you. It is crucial to implement these strategies early in the relationship, as attempting to establish such connections after she has emotionally distanced herself may prove ineffective. However, for those still actively engaged in the relationship, whether casually or intermittently, it is never too late to begin fostering these meaningful associations. The act of donning a new cologne can reignite emotions that may have faded over time. By being deliberate in your approach from the outset, you can maintain a strategic advantage in your interactions. It is crucial to recognize that the ability to disengage at the right moment is as vital as articulating the appropriate words. Many individuals undermine their own efforts by remaining in a situation longer than necessary, mistakenly believing that extended time together fosters a deeper connection. In reality, The true allure lies in departing while the other person is still intrigued. Consider a scenario where you have re-established contact with someone who had previously distanced herself, or perhaps an ex-partner has finally begun to engage with your messages. The dialogue is vibrant, and there is palpable chemistry. However, the common mistake made by many men is to cling to the interaction, fearing that any pause will diminish the bond. This is where they falter. By overstaying their welcome, they risk appearing needy and diminish their own perceived value. The sobering truth is that prolonged presence can lead to a rapid decline in one's desirability. Navigating the complexities of emotional dynamics can often feel like an uphill battle, where moments of joy and connection seem to flourish. However, if one ventures beyond that peak of emotional satisfaction, the subsequent decline can be harsh and disheartening. The initial sense of perfection may dissipate, leading to the emergence of subtle signs of desperation that can alter perceptions. This shift may prompt questions such as, "Why can't we just try again?" which can inadvertently diminish the attraction that was once cultivated. It is essential to master the technique of concluding interactions on a high note. When circumstances are favorable, it is the ideal moment to bring things to a close rather than prolong them. Taking the initiative to determine when a conversation or gathering concludes is crucial, even if the other party initiates contact. It is advisable to end the engagement while it remains enjoyable and stimulating, thereby leaving the other person with a lingering desire for more. Once they have fully satisfied their curiosity or interest, the advantage shifts away from you. This strategic approach, while seemingly straightforward, is often mismanaged, and it can significantly influence whether the individual continues to think of you or gradually forgets your presence. Departing while still in a position of strength ensures that the other person remains intrigued, perpetually anticipating the next encounter filled with excitement. Stalking behavior, particularly on social media platforms, can significantly undermine one's prospects in romantic pursuits. It is essential to recognize that this issue extends beyond merely avoiding the appearance of being intrusive. It also involves safeguarding one's mental well-being and preventing the emotional turmoil that can arise from fixating on the minutiae of another person's life. Engaging in the act of scrutinizing her online presence can lead to a cascade of emotional distress. For instance, encountering an image of her joyfully interacting with another individual may trigger a spiral of anxiety and speculation. Questions such as "Who is he?" or "Are they in a relationship?" can dominate one's thoughts, leading to unnecessary suffering over situations that may hold little significance. This internal drama can transform into a self-inflicted narrative, ultimately eroding one's peace of mind and complicating efforts to maintain a composed demeanor in future interactions. Furthermore, this behavior inadvertently reveals the extent of one's surveillance, which can be detrimental to the relationship dynamic. The fourth plan for evoking a sense of longing in a woman transcends mere elements of mystery and jealousy. It involves subtly influencing her thoughts without her awareness. It is well understood that women possess a keen ability to detect manipulation, particularly when a man attempts to incite jealousy. Unfortunately, many men tend to be overt in their tactics, which often leads to unintended consequences. For instance, if one were to boast to an ex or a potential romantic interest about the number of dates they are attending or the attention they are receiving from other women, the intended effect of jealousy may instead convey desperation. Such behavior signals to her that he is seeking a reaction, ultimately reinforcing her perception of control over him. Thus, rather than inciting jealousy, he inadvertently highlights her dominance in the dynamic. To effectively navigate this situation, one should embrace an air of mystery. It is advisable to refrain from sharing every detail of one's life on social media. Instead, one should curate posts that provoke curiosity. For example, rather than sharing a selfie at a club with a random woman or a group photo with friends, one might opt for a more ambiguous image, such as a photograph of two glasses on a table or a scenic view from a concert devoid of other individuals. She will observe the situation and ponder, who is he with? This uncertainty consumes her thoughts. Women often have a tendency to seek answers to unspoken questions. The less information she possesses, the stronger her desire for clarity becomes. When faced with ambiguity, her imagination may lead her to unsettling conclusions. Is he involved with someone else? Is he content without me? An increase in her inquiries correlates with a heightened focus on you. This illustrates the effectiveness of maintaining an air of mystery. Another important aspect is to refrain from oversharing. If she inquires about your activities over the weekend, respond with generalities. For instance, you might say, "I had a wonderful time skiing," without disclosing your companions. This allows her to speculate. Was it a romantic outing or merely a friendly gathering? Such uncertainty can be exhilarating for her. However, this approach is often met with criticism. Many argue that engaging in such games is unethical and that honesty is paramount. The reality, however, is that a degree of mystery and emotional tension is essential for sustaining attraction. If you present yourself as completely transparent, her interest may wane rapidly. The challenging truth is that in the realm of romantic relationships, maintaining an element of intrigue can be crucial. Excessive predictability can undermine the allure of desire. If a woman is not left to ponder your activities or social engagements, she is unlikely to experience a sense of longing for your presence. Therefore, it is advisable to move away from the conventional tactics of sharing attention-seeking posts or showcasing an active social life. Instead, maintaining an air of mystery can be more effective. The less she is aware of your circumstances, the stronger her desire for you may become. This approach is essential for fostering a genuine sense of absence in her mind. Now, let us explore the final strategies, where the true transformation occurs. While we have previously examined the roles of jealousy and intrigue, it is now crucial to introduce the concept of competition. The reality that many overlook is that a woman is less likely to miss you if she perceives herself as your sole focus. However, if she finds herself in a position where she must vie for your attention, the dynamics shift significantly. To achieve this, it is important to incorporate new elements into your life that may spark her interest and create a sense of rivalry. Distractions can significantly divert one's attention. If you remain perpetually accessible, anticipating her messages or calls, she will likely perceive this availability and lose the incentive to pursue you. Conversely, when she observes that you are engaged in fulfilling activities, be it a new interest, a vibrant social circle, or even a budding romance, she may begin to feel a sense of urgency. The image of you not languishing at home on a lonely Friday night, but rather actively enjoying life, can evoke a deep-seated instinct. Women often desire what seems unattainable, and if they come to understand that your life is flourishing independently of her, it can provoke a strong emotional reaction. You transition from being the individual who obsessively monitors her social media to someone who is adventurously skiing in the Swiss Alps with a lively group, thereby reigniting her competitive spirit for your attention. This shift in dynamics can effectively capture her interest, especially when she realizes that she may no longer be your primary focus. To further enhance your appeal, it is essential to embrace a transformative approach. This strategy is invaluable. Women expect certain behaviors, especially when they've held power over you before. But to flip the script, you've got to change the narrative. Start breaking the invisible rules she's placed on you. Stop responding immediately, stop giving her your undivided attention, and most importantly, start living for yourself. Better yet, transform your appearance. If you are clean-shaven, grow a beard. If you are always in casual clothes, show up looking sharp in a suit. These subtle changes send a powerful message. You're not the same guy she once had in her pocket. You're evolving. And now, she's the one who has to figure you out. When you show up looking and acting different, you're no longer the predictable guy she once knew. This unpredictability makes you intriguing, and that intrigue will make her miss you. She'll start to wonder, what else has changed about him? 7. Eliminate subtle mistakes finally. And this one's a game changer. Eliminate the subtle mistakes that are killing your chances. Many men inadvertently adopt behaviors they believe to be appealing, often rooted in habits formed during their high school years. However, these actions can undermine their efforts in romantic pursuits. It is essential to critically evaluate one's own conduct. For instance, are you overly accommodating, excessively prompt in your responses, or consistently in agreement with her views? Such seemingly minor errors can diminish your perceived value. The solution lies in reassessing your approach. By stepping back, you can disrupt the dynamic that places her in a position of control. In summary, fostering a sense of competition, embracing individuality, and correcting these subtle missteps can significantly alter your interactions. By implementing these changes, not only will she begin to miss your presence, but you will also transform into the type of man that captivates women, leaving them intrigued yet challenged. If you found this information valuable, consider subscribing, sharing your thoughts, and indicating topics of interest for future discussions. Your input is invaluable and will enhance the quality of upcoming content.